And it still is.
It still is. It is the Positively Petland Show. Good Sunday morning, live on 800K. How did I say that?
You should have gone with that one, Jerry.
I can't say live when we're not.
We are live.
We're sort of live, but not on the air. Okay, here we go. You realized last week I left them right down.
Are we going to do that again?
Like right now?
Yes, like right now. I love this.
It is the Positively Petland Show. Good
Welcome. Sunday
Sunday morning. Welcome to you, Ron from Petland of Iowa City. And it's already...
You're getting an ear scratching right now.
So there is a chameleon on my head.
I have... Doctor, I have a chameleon on my head. Oh, he's going to do a little ear cleaning now. Well, that is... Oh, he's going for the microphone assembly.
You know, some things translate to radio, other things do not. But there is a veiled chameleon on my hat. And now, what is his paw trying to do? Anyway, we are glad to have you along. You can go to... what is he trying to do?
He was going for the microphone structure.
Would he actually climb on?
He definitely would. That's, yeah.
Like, is he seriously going for it?
Yeah, if you lean forward, he'll kind of clumsily, but he'll make it.
Do I want to do that?
There you go.
Can he? Oh my Lord. He's actually climbing up on the microphone.
Lean in a little bit for him. And there you have made transfer, NASA. So we have a veiled chameleon in the studio.
Oops, I just scared him.
What you didn't catch, it was off air, was I put the veiled chameleon onto Jerry's arm
without me knowing,
and while he was operating the boards and all that kind of stuff. And if you know Jerry, he's a nutball. I mean, he's totally fun and goes with it and all that kind of stuff.
My doctor would not appreciate that phrase.
And I was wondering if I needed to relieve him of the chameleon, because he was definitely having, verbal tension and all that, but I thought he was joking. Jerry does that kind of stuff.
There's a fine line between acting and legitimate fear, and it wasn't fear, it was just sort of, this is my first time with a chameleon, and I wasn't expecting you just to put him on me.
Plop him on.
No, and you were like, here you go, click.
Well, he had some physical traits that were coming out that I was like, you are nervous, aren't you? And so we had to reassure him they only bite how many? What percent of the time?
You came into the studio and I asked you, do they bite? And he goes, I'm 98% sure that they won't. And like 5 minutes later, you said, I'm 95% sure. And so we lost 3% in about 5 minutes. And so, but no, he's very cute and he's hanging pretty good on the microphone. Will he just sit there? Is he comfortable or?
Yeah, he's hanging out. So veiled chameleons are tree dwellers. And so he's just looking for that limb to hang out on and just kind of check things out. And so they're, what we theorize is their defense mechanism is stand really still. That's why this is that. So if you don't know what we're talking about, the veiled chameleon, picture that chameleon that, adapts in color and all that kind of stuff, has a really goofy crown, head sticking straight up, but then eyes that ogle around. So both the eyes operate independently and can rotate, I forget the degrees, but it's quite a distance degree-wise from side to side. So they can stand really still and then look and see what's going on around them from two different angles, so they can check out the predators and figure out what they need to do next. Very entertaining are they. And Jerry was quite entertaining as it was crawling up his arm onto his headset.
He was perched on my head there for quite a while, and I got comfortable, and I almost forgot that he was up there. But these would make great pets for just about anybody.
So we're going to talk about reptiles today, and then specifically go into veiled chameleons. Is that the right pet for your family? We'll also be discussing the Bernese Mountain Dog. That's a big dog. Is that the right breed for your family as far as dogs go? And then we have something special that Jerry still does not know about. And we're going to get some very interesting reactions today. And so
Is this just Play with Jerry Day? Or?
This is Play with Jerry Day. And I am having so much fun. I think we need to have a segment every week. Play with Jerry. And here's Play with Jerry time.
It's time for the amazing pet story of the week, Ron.
It's time for the amazing pet story of the week.
This one comes to us. It's a Chihuahua, so it's not a big dog in any way, shape, or form. Good things do come in small packages. Zoe, a 5-pound Chihuahua puppy from Colorado, is living proof of this adage. She made headlines. Good things do come in small packages. That's the adage. She made headlines in 2007 after saving a toddler from the bite of a large
chameleon.
Rattlesnake. Zoe was just 10 months old at the time in the backyard with her new owner, Monty Long, and a 1-year-old grandson. As the boy was playing near a bird bath, Zoe darted in between him and a rock on the other side where the rattlesnake was slithering towards the child. Zoe jumped out in between the child at the last second. The small but brave puppy took a snake bite right on the snout in order to protect the boy. Everything came out okay. She is fine. The boy is fine, but the snake did not fare so well. I think that they
didn't like what it did.
I don't think that they saved it. Let's put it this way. So anyway, that's the amazing pet story of the week. Zoe,
little known fact on rattlers. When Wendy and I took a trip down to Tucson, Arizona, we took one of those desert tours, and it's one of those like, what are we gonna see? You know, we're from the north. We want to see trees and stuff. And we were just amazed on how living the deserts are down there. And we were holding rattlers and we were holding tarantulas and all sorts of things. Not against our will. We were like volunteering and saying, sure. And I think they were more captive. We weren't picking them up off the wild.
I have a friend that lives down near Houston, and like scorpions are just...
and scorpions.
They're just a thing. It's like, hey, I got a scorpion in my house. I pushed it out with a broom, and I'm like, are you kidding me?
I've been stung by a scorpion. It's less than a bee sting. That's the similar bite that you're going to get from a tarantula.
Scorpions killed you.
Okay, there are some, but they're not in this country. Gotcha. They wouldn't survive. I think the same thing with tarantulas. Most of them are like bee stings. Yeah, there might be one out there. Rattlers, I thought those things killed, kind of thing. And in the desert, they had the story about, there was a death in Arizona 8 years ago. But all of the bites had to deal with alcohol. Somebody was drinking and then picked up the rattler. In this case, drinking heavily, picked up the rattler by the tail and wouldn't let go.
Yikes.
Bite, bite, about 40 times, and it got it around the guy's heart. I mean, that's how aggressive you got to be in order to die from that rattler. So
I'm one of these guys that if I can picture a spider, I get the hair on the back of my head. So this conversation is pretty much making me sweat.
Wow, we are getting reactions out of you. Gosh, we're building up here. This is going to be a great show, guys. This is going viral.
Let's see how nervous we can make Jerry. So we've covered the breed of the week. We've covered...
No, we just summarized it. We didn't do it.
No, I meant so we've touched on...
And then the special that we're going to have after the Veiled Chameleon, where we're really going to test Jerry's patience.
Did I do something to you? Is this like payback for something? I bring you coffee. I didn't bring you coffee last week?
Not soon enough. It was just a little late, and so that it was.
Lordy, you got to be kidding me! I'm gonna bring the coffee pot into the studio from now on for you. So. It is the PAWSitively Petland show, Sunday mornings at 9 o'clock. We're going to continue the conversation with Ron from the East Side Petland in Iowa City.
The East Side?
The East Side of Iowa City.
Oh, okay. Over at Marketplace, Petland of Iowa City.
And what are your hours?
Today, noon until 6. And then all other days, Monday through Saturday, we're open from 10 a.m. till 9 p.m. But today... come on in at noon. We'll open them doors up, and then 6 o'clock is when we start to close things down.
Join us back here in just a little bit.
It's
I wonder if we're going to get that out of Jerry.
Probably not. It is the Positively Petland show on Sunday mornings at 9 o'clock. Glad to have you along. We are joined in studio by Ron. Hi, Ron.
How we doing?
From east side of Iowa City, it is Petland, and we're going to be talking about the breed of the week. We have a chameleon, a veiled chameleon in studio.
You need that. Come on.
I'll try to pull it up.
I think I did it right there.
You did great.
I think I hit it.
You did awesome, Ron.
Yeah.
So you have me nervous. You've already hinted at another surprise for me rather than putting the chameleon onto my shoulder without my knowledge, which I'm okay with. It violates a little bit of my personal space, but
let's
nothing happened.
Let's comfort you down, because we're going to talk about the Bernese Mountain Dog, and that is something that you can cozy up to and get cuddly with. You got to have a little bit of a heart for a Bernese Mountain Dog.
Oh, I bet I do. You better believe I do.
Yeah, large breed, cuddly, real nice, that kind of. I think, Jerry, this is right up your alley. We've got a couple of Bernese in our store right now. One just went home on Wednesday, and it was a neat experience. In this case, the family needed a service dog, and this is a physical need for the mom in this case, and her current physical support is having, getting close to the end and all that kind of stuff. And she wanted to not retire it away from the family. In fact, I think in this family, there is a dog room. They have a room where the dogs go for sleeping and all that. And in fact, earlier this morning, I heard somebody else say the same thing. And I go, "You have a dog room? Whoa. This is a new concept for me. I have not. Most people want the dogs all over the place and everything, but I think that's cool that they're doing dog rooms,
especially with
big breeds,
bigger breed.
And that's what it was. So this family needed to get a new one for mom, and so they decided on the Bernese because of the nature of it, the stature of it, the size of it, and all that kind of stuff. So let's learn, what does AKC say about the Bernese Mountain Dog?
Tell me.
So,
us.
I'm here. I'm trying to not say the. So, where?
Bermuda.
You just came out. Okay, we're going to go into it then. We're trying Jerry's patience right now.
No, you are not.
He's getting a little angry right now. He's giving me those beady little eyes.
No, that's the chameleon looking at you.
All right. So, named for the canton of Bern, the Bernese Mountain Dog is a working breed with origins in the Midland farm areas of Switzerland.
That's what I was going to say.
That's a beautiful area. That's the one of the few areas when I got out of the country have been to, and that is just beautiful. The Bernese is one of 4 breeds of Sennenhund, Alpine herdsman's dog, native to Switzerland. They worked as draft, drover, and watchdogs. By 1870, these native dogs were almost lost as other breeds were introduced, and the Swiss population abandoned the old common farm dogs. In 1892, a fancier named Franz Schrindel began a search for specimens to use as Bernese breeding stock.
You learned that from Radio 101. When you can't pronounce a name, just blow right through it and
just
nobody
keep going.
That's awesome. Until the host brings up the fact that you just chewed his name.
Yeah. So he was successful in that and brought that breed back. In 1937, it became part of a group in America had the Bernese establish the breed standards and then brought it into the AKC. And so that's how we now have them here in the United States. Form and function of this fine species breed, a large and sturdily built dog. The Bernese Mountain Dog should be balanced with no single feature exaggerated. I love the sentence structures that they use in this book. As a working breed, Bernese move naturally at a slow trot with no wasted action. As draft or droving dogs, do you know what droving means? I'm going to put myself on the spot on that one.
Droving. Say it again. Draft.
As draft or droving. I suppose that kind of gives the hint right there. As draft or droving dogs, they are intelligent, strong, and agile.
Didn't they pull wagons or something like that?
Yeah, it sounds like that's kind of the thing. An English major out there, a very great linguist,
is laughing at both of us right now,
saying, oh my goodness, would you just go? Displaying great devotion to their family. Their temperament is self-confident, alert, and good-natured, never sharp or shy. That's an interesting dichotomy. The breed's jet black coat and rust facial and leg markings overlaid with white present. I got lost in that one. Here, let's try it. The breed's jet black coat and rust facial and leg markings overlaid with white present. See, it doesn't. It presents a strikingly beautiful appearance. That's what I was trying to.
There you go.
The coat is thick, moderately long, and straight or slightly wavy.
Now that English major is really laughing at you.
Yes, but that's par for me. Bernese require early socialization, and puppies should be exposed to a variety of people and situations during their first year of life. That's something that I love about my store. And I'm tooting my own horn here. One thing that we get comments back over and over again is our dogs are so social, and that's because everybody's playing with them. You come into the store and you'll see what I mean if you haven't. There is a ton of playing going on in that store, and that's what we specialize in. And what this said is true for any dog. The more you socialize it with different people, the more friendly it becomes with more people, and says, oh, these people things, they're pretty good. They scratch me. They feed me. I like that. I'm going to be kind to them. So that is a characteristic, especially in that first year of life for any dog. The more exposure they get to people and a lot of different people, the better they are. While Berners should not be shy, this tendency sometimes occurs. I have no idea what they're referring to.
Don't look at me.
It's dead air right there. Okay, let's just go on. Bernese adore and need to be with people. They do not do well when isolated. Their good temperament means that a Bernese Mountain Dog can be an excellent choice for families, although children and dogs should always be supervised when together. That was like a parenting thing right there. That was kind of funny.
Would not be the first time that we related a dog to an actual child.
Yes, and I think that's true again for all dog. I would even say the Chihuahua should be supervised at all time. By the way, and I think I just gave the answer, what do you think is the most biting dog?
Chihuahua.
Yeah. Because we think of those big breeds and those news reports and all that kind of stuff. But here in Iowa City, just talking with the animal shelter, I said, what is the most biting dog? It's the Chihuahua. And that is from one of the officers that actually, really loves Chihuahuas. So she's being honest about that one. All dogs need to be supervised, just like children need to be supervised, so you can modify that behavior and all. Because the breed's size and strength, it is essential that Bernese be trained to have good manners and basic obedience. From this double-coated breed, expect considerable shedding. A Berner's coat is easily maintained with frequent brushing and a periodic bath. So a couple of things in there. Train about good manners and all that. Again, that's something that we work with you at Petland. You go home with a whole training package. That's very important, I feel, because when people are frustrated with their dogs to the point of, I don't like this or want this dog anymore, it's usually training issues. And if it's training issue, well, wait, that's something we can correct. And it's just understanding how to train dogs. And that's what you get with Petland puppies is a whole training package. How do you learn? I always say, do you learn by watching videos? Do you learn by hands-on? Do you learn by talking? Whatever it is, we'll work with you on that and show you those obedience. And when I say obedience, it's not aggressive-y things. It's just, hey, sit stay, come, that kind of a thing. And then it also got into shedding. Yeah, make no mistake, this is a large breed with kind of medium length hair. It's not a long hair, but I'm telling you, there's going to be some shedding going on. So if you are at all like, I don't want a shedding dog, Bernese Mountain Dog would not be the breed for you. If you love the breed based on what we talked about, and probably are looking up some things on the web right now, then know that there are tools out there to help you with that. And the Furminator is the #1 de-shedding tool. I use it at my home on my little cat of all of 13 pounds. But you can, within 20 minutes, take a cat, 13-pound cat, from it's shedding all over the place to, I don't see the shed anymore. So on a Bernese, it's a little more. You do that on a weekly basis, and you've got a very low shedding little pet there then as a result. So that is a little bit about the Bernese Mountain Dog. Is it the right pet for your family? Big, shedding, but hugely family friendly, loving, wants to be hugged, kind of a thing. So that is the Bernese Mountain Dog.
They are a beautiful breed.
They are strikingly beautiful. All right. So next is our friend from Yemen, sitting perched on the highest point in the studio right now. Yep. Highest point. The Yemen chameleon, also known as the Veiled Chameleon, is in our studio right now.
His eyes just got really big when I lowered the microphone down.
I don't think they could get any bigger or smaller for that matter.
He's like, whoa, what just happened?
You put me to a lower spot. He's probably checking it out. Where else can I go now? So, Jerry's all about him now. Jerry's like comfortable.
Well, now you gave me a few minutes to get used to him rather than just slapping him on my shoulder. But he's kind of, I like how chill he is. He's just kind of like, I'm just checking things out and just kind of sitting there.
Good. And Jerry, if you can watch our time, just like give me a 10-minute warning so that I can get our last segment in. I just need 10 minutes.
10-minute for the surprise?
Tops is.
So we have 5 minutes left.
We have 5 minutes to go through Yemen. Okay. All right. So
I just don't want you to do the surprise to me or whatever you have planned.
Oh, you just want to get it done?
Yeah. No, I want to get out of the show. So
wait. So how much time do we have?
Plenty.
All right. So getting back to reptiles. So let's step back with reptiles. A lot of people look at other pets, a puppy, a cat, a rabbit even, and say, that's just too much work for me. I'm not able to do that constant maintenance. Or being home every 3 hours at the beginning or 4 hours or whatever you're, worried about. Reptiles offer a very unique way to have a pet. And I think a lot of people think of snakes. We had, that snake story. Those freak me out. Spiders freak me out, although that's not a reptile. But you'll want to look at the options that you have in reptiles, because Wendy and I have owned that Petland store for 11 years now, and I am more intrigued by reptiles the more I learn, handle, and all that, even to this day. So I went from as a kid, I had snakes and stuff like that, but they were all outside. But now, holy cow, to have a chameleon in the house, I think a lot of moms, once they would be introduced to it, would say, that's pretty dang cool. And that is something my child would love, and bring it into the house. They're slow moving. They actually feel pretty neat. It's not a gross feeling when you touch them in different places, as far as their sides and their head and their little spiny ridges and all that kind of stuff. It's actually quite interesting. And then when they hold on to you, did you get hurt at all? No, you didn't.
No, even when he used his tail to kind of
clean your ear out.
Well, he used his ear. He wrapped around my ear to be able to get leverage to get up on top of my hat. But no, not at all.
So the talons are actually soft but then firm, because when they grab on.
Well, I was worried about him. He was not quite vertical, but at like a 60-degree angle on my arm, and I didn't realize he had clamped onto one of the creases in my shirt, and that was what he was using. So it wasn't like he was just holding on to, the slick spot on my sleeve. He was actually grabbing one of the creases, and that was how he was holding on. But no, slow moving, very
real beautiful,
deliberate
moving. Yeah, slow and deliberate for sure. That is the description of how a chameleon walks. It's just this. It's almost. Well, it definitely is entertaining when they're walking because of how they do that. They get to be, oh gosh, they have lengths and stuff on here, but we're in the females are a little smaller than the males. We're in that less than 2 feet and less than that. And the tail is most of that. Gosh, this one's almost full grown. Jerry, what would you say that the length of the body part is? Like 8 inches, 9 inches?
8 inches plus another 8 inches on the tail, but it's coiled up. And so it's probably only half of that right now.
Right. And beautiful colors and how they work. There's some question out there of, will they adapt to different colors as far as what they're sitting on? And there's good truth for that one. There's others theories out there. When they're more comfortable, they come out with other colors. The only testing that they've done out there, as far as statistic, can we draw any conclusions is when they're in their mating phase and all that kind of stuff, their colors do get more vibrant. And it's probably, and again, a theory that's more of an attracting kind of a thing. So reptiles, don't close it down because you don't like a snake, or you saw a reptile that was scary, the Komodo dragon or something, and you just didn't like it. Open yourself up to the other reptiles that are out there, and I think you're going to find them really fun. This chameleon, this is an adult chameleon, and so he comes out quite a bit throughout the day. He's almost out all day long, hanging with the customers and stuff. And so if you're like, I might think of that, just come in, observe. You can even observe from a distance how it interacts with people and stuff. And then if you feel comfortable, come in closer. Now, if you have a child that's looking for a pet and you're saying, I just don't have the time, don't want to take care of that dog today, maybe in a couple of years that might be the right pet. I would suggest looking at the Veiled Chameleon. There are others, the bearded dragon, I can't, it's not coming to my head, but there's another reptile, geckos. There's a bunch of different geckos out there that are also really fun. What I like about the Veiled Chameleon is it is exotic-y looking cool. And it's very slow, so they don't tend to like all of a sudden zip away and you're like, oh shoot, where did he go, kind of a thing. This guy, we were joking last night at home, if he got out of his habitat, we would wake up in the morning and it'd be 5 feet away running. I'm getting it's so slow. So a little bit more about the Veiled Chameleon. So we talked about the length. They are from Yemen and Saudi Arabia, those regions. They are a mountain area reptile where they hang up in the trees and stuff, and that's their habitat. So, and when you think about the habitat you'll put them in at your home, these are the things that you want to consider of how am I going to set this up. And habitats at home you can make look so beautiful that you would love to have it in your living room. Those days of barren and ugly habitats, put those things aside. You should see what people are coming up with now that are just so cool. So they're from Yemen. They live somewhere in that 5 to 8 years on average. And that's actually not that long of a commitment. So there are some other pets out there that you would go, oh, the chinchilla. Everybody says, oh, I want that. Those guys live 12 years. And I always say, what are you doing today? Why do you want this pet? And now look at that lifespan. What is your family going to be doing then? Well, my kids are going to be gone. Wait, I still have the chinchilla. So in this case, it's 5 to 8 years. As far as lifespan goes, their eating is a lot of crickets, and we sell 3,000 crickets. You might find that funny, but a week through our store. It's something that there's a lot of reptile customers out there that have that need, and so that's their primary diet. And then they also get into vegetation. That's how they get most of their moisture intake. They don't drink from a cup or anything. They'll go for the droplets too. So like the morning dew aspect. So something that you'll do a couple times a day is actually spray the habitat to form some water droplets, and then they'll go over and sip those babies up for their hydration. Let's see, the temperature and humidity aspects of their environment. Temperature, for what we do, in our homes, they're going to be on the low side, 75, and then into the 80s during the day. So what does that mean? Most houses are going to need some kind of a substrate heater, a very cheap mat that goes underneath the habitat to heat up the habitat so that they have that good temperature. You're looking for about a 10-degree swing from daytime to nighttime, but you're also going to have lighting in your system so that they get the proper UVB, which means they need that sunlight type light, and there's light bulbs you get for that, and it takes care of it all for you. The chameleon just slipped just a little bit, but like a proud parent, Jerry was there just
that was
in
the
case.
Soccer mom catch right there.
Yes.
I was ready to go.
Yeah, but he was very firm. He goes, "Don't you worry." He said it in slow motion, though. Don't worry.
He slipped just a little bit, but he's doing just fine. He's on my microphone stand.
What commercial were chameleons in? Was that the Budweiser commercial? That was frogs, and then I think they did have chameleons in there too at one point.
At one point, maybe towards the end.
Yeah, I was trying to give a visual to people on that one. But all right, so let's see what else is in there. We talked about temperature, lighting. Let's say you go, oh, you know what? Our house is a little cooler than what you're talking about, and then you would get into it's a ceramic heater that would radiate the heat towards the habitat. So pretty easy stuff in the big picture. As far as reptiles go, this is a beginner to novice reptiles, which means it's appropriate for most families as far as how ease of care and all that kind of a thing goes. So very cool pet. Very entertaining, isn't it?
We've got about 8 minutes to go.
8 minutes. Ding, 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 ding. Oh, what was that? We have a special coming up here. So, Jerry, if you remember, there was a challenge that occurred that you put out there. You put it out on the airwaves. So this is not a surprise at all.
Okay.
You said you would try some special bittering agents used in training.
Yeah, I say a lot of things, Ron.
So I got to bow away from the microphone and get him up.
I will go ahead and tell you that Cubs baseball is on the air after this show, 11:35 pregame, 12:10 first pitch. I didn't think that you would actually. Is this stuff good for humans? I can't believe that you actually brought the sprays in.
So
11:35 pregame, 12:10 first pitch, fourth game against the Marlins today.
All right, if you heard the knocking going on, that was the putting the bottles down of the fun stuff.
Granny's bitter apple taste detergent. Now, what does this do?
Okay, we're going to put that one down because that one you're going to rue the day you tried it. So,
how would you know?
I know these things.
How do you know?
Not from tasting, but I'll jump in with you today. All right, so we've got bittering agents, and so we've got on the table Bitter Works, we've got Bitter Yuck, we have Bitter Apple, and then we have the worst of all, Bitter Apple for birds. So what are these things? These are what you would use for dogs. Cats. Oh, yes, you do use them for cats. I actually use them for cats.
One time I missed your coffee. One time, and all of a sudden you explode everything.
I hope you got something that tastes like something in here right now.
Something that could possibly
my son said, "Are you going to give him mouthwash afterwards?" I go, "No, I'm just going to watch him run out of the studio."
I got my water straight over here.
All right, so we have these in here, and so you would use them to usually keep them away from putting their mouth on things. So whether it's the furniture, rugs, doors, shoes, spray this on shoes and they'll go, yuck, I don't want to taste that thing anymore. Your shoes stink. But this helps them get to that phase where it's just very yucky. And so it's a very safe, it's not harmful at all, health-wise. But it gets them so that I don't want to do that because it tasted bad. For cats, the way I use it is I actually use the Bitter Yuck, and we'll talk about why that one specifically for my cat. So when we get plants and stuff at home, We like plants and we like growing plants or flowers for my wife. I then spray this on them so that when the cat comes over and says, I wonder what that tastes like, and then they eat it and then they throw it up a little later on, you cat customers know what I'm talking about. I spray this onto the plant and in that area so that as it approaches, it does a lick or a taste or whatever, and then says, I don't want it. So Jerry said, you bring this stuff in, I will try it. And I went, wow, I've not had that. Okay, so we've got young people in the store, and they'll do anything once, that kind of approach. And what's funny is
it says keep out of the reach of children.
Oh, good thing you're not a child. Oh, are you? What's funny is my employees will come up to me and they'll go, hey, I tried it. Are we going for our first test here? No, we got to have a drum roll or something. But the employees will on their own, I think they like go into the back aisle, give it a squirt into their mouth. And it's almost like you catch them, kind of a thing. And then they come out and they go, oh,
why?
That was so bad.
Why did they do this?
It's kids, And I'm, kids, these are 20-year-old kids. So are you going to go?
Yeah.
All right. Okay, drum roll. And so here we're going to try.
If I throw up on air, this is going to be the worst.
It's going to be fun.
This is going to be fun. 1, 2, 3.
Oh. Okay, so facial reactions here. I got to do it too.
Oh my God.
Oh, that's fun. I like it. No. What does it taste like?
Oh, it's alcohol.
So so everybody no, alcohol is the delivering. Okay, it's kicking in now.
It's the isopropyl alcohol.
No, that's the bittering agent that's kicking in now.
Oh my God, that is absolutely...
Okay, so little knowledge of what's going on with these, because
why do your people do that for fun? I don't know. Water's not helping. This is like...
So this is what the dogs will experience, and they'll go, oh my gosh, that was nasty. I don't want to do that again. And it's got some hang time to it where it stays with them.
Do you think?
And so alcohol is used to solubilize the bitters. I hope that's into a trash can.
It is. I got a piece of paper down there.
And so it's what delivers the bittering agent, so you can spray it. So now...
No, I'm not trying it again. Nope,
we're not doing that one. That one's all done. We've done that one.
Nope, bitter yuck.
Now it's bitter yuck.
Nope, I'm good.
Which is the second worst one that I've heard.
I'm hitting the sound.
Oh, come on.
Nope, I can't do it.
Oh, I double dog dare you.
No, I won't do it again.
Oh, I'm going to do it then. Here, there's a little bit on the side. There's a delayed reaction.
I can't do it again.
It's kicking in.
Yeah.
It's a little more tangy. Whoa. This one has a little more bite to it. Not like a spice bite, but then it populates pretty quickly.
Yep.
All right. So now...
I tried it once.
No, you said you were going to try them all.
Yeah, I say a lot of
Jerry,
things. I say
you're backing off, and that's not...
I say a lot of things, Ron.
Because now what I just tried was bitter yuck. And why I'm bringing bitter yuck out, it's called by nature of it. Why this one's important... And Jerry won't try him anymore because he's all sensitive on me.
I'm not sensitive on you, but these things are like nasty.
Why bitter yuck is...
I didn't know you were going to bring 4 of them also.
Yeah, but you got to do this one.
Nope.
Dunk, 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 dunk. Okay.
You can't force me to do it.
All right, so bitter yuck is important because this product does not have alcohol in it. They figured out another way to solubilize the bittering agents in there. And so why is that important? It's because now you can spray it on wounds. So does your dog chew on that sore spot or that rash or whatever? This one you can spray right on them. It doesn't have alcohol.
How are you still talking?
See, distract yourself. Just do it, okay? Because we're going back in.
We're
going to shake this one up.
What are you trying to prove?
That I
am better than me? Yes, you are.
That I can take on. I just want to be able to, you know what, Jerry? I just want to be able to say I did it. Okay. So this last one, hey, are you the customer out there that says, you know what, Ron? I know what you're talking about. I've tried these bittering agents and they didn't work. I'm with you. I understand where you're coming from because I've talked with many customers. No, not many, some that said my dog actually liked it. And I said, well, just spray it right into their mouth and it usually sensitizes them to it. And then they don't do it. And then they'll come back and go, okay, a very few say that doesn't work still. Then we usher them over to the bird aisle. Birds don't have as much taste buds on their tongue, and they still have that same thing where they're chewing on things. So we go, try this one. It's 10 times stronger.
You called me out on it. Okay. So you had your fun.
So now, you know what, Jerry, don't do it. That's okay. Jerry, don't. Please don't. Don't even do any excuses. Just don't. It's okay.
You're trying to reverse psychology on me, and it's not going to work.
So I'm going to now spray the
good luck. More power to you.
The bird bitter apple.
Oh, you got all of it. You got absolutely all of it.
And you know what? I think I have so much bittering agent in my mouth right now
that it didn't even.
It's going up.
It didn't even hit you. You know what I should do? I'm going to play the outro music. So start telling us about.
So, see, and I can still talk and everything. This stuff is all, natural and okay for you. It just doesn't taste good is all. It is a bitter taste, though. They got the label right.
They got it right, and I will not believe that any pet out there would actually not
stop chewing on whatever they were trying to.
Whatever it is, it's like no.
Spray it on your soap. Spray it on your shoes. Spray it on the furniture. On the whatever they're here for cats. Spray it on the plants. Especially bitter yuck, I think, is going to be the one. Always testing on a small part of the plant, just so I don't do anything wrong to the plant.
Do you know what you did today?
I rocked your world.
You made me a more honest person and a more cautious person that I'm going to watch when I say around people from now on. How's the coffee taste with bitter?
It actually complements it, so it's okay.
Tell us about Petland.
All right, we are Petland, and obviously we love to have fun. We bring it into the studio. We got a Veiled Chameleon from Yemen. But here, I didn't even say this. On my reptiles, I just want everybody to know we work with the top best breeder on all of our reptiles in the world. So you're getting the very best reptiles from the very best conditions. It's something that I made a decision, I think it's about 9 years ago. So know that these are going to be the best of the best. All right. We are Petland of Iowa City, located over at Marketplace Mall, across from Lucky's Market, that movie theater that's over there. What is that movie theater called? Here,
Sycamore 12.
Yep, there we go. Oh, is it still Sycamore?
Well, it's probably called Marcus 12 now, to be honest with you.
I don't know if they changed the sign yet. We're open today from noon until 6. All other days from 10 until 9. But today, noon until 6. I'm the guy that hears the last thing you said and said, wait, what day was that? I forget. So that's why I always do that. I don't know if you caught that. And then I think the bittering agent's doing a little thing to my brain right now. All right. We are the home of buy 10, get 1 free on all of our dog and cat food. So come on in. We track it for you so that you don't have to. And it's a party when you get the free one. And then we do the $5 nail trim. You can't beat a $5 nail trim. Bring it in. No appointments necessary. Just bring your vaccination schedule. We'll keep that on file for you in the store, and we'll take care of that whenever you need those services.
Bitter Yuck is a very good product. I would recommend.
You didn't even try that one.
I tried. Oh, was it Bitter Works that I tried?
You did Bitter Works.
Bitter Works is a great product. It is the
Mr.
PAWSitively.
Honesty.
I'm just saying that
it stays with you. It's still in my mouth,
absolutely.
And the coffee. I can't. I have no aftertaste of the coffee that I chased it with.
That is absolutely vulgar.
But I will say, you know what? I'm going to have my kids see if I can get them to try this, because here, have your kids done the cinnamon thing where they do it?
Oh yeah.
Thing. We walked in our house as they were doing it. We didn't know they were doing it. They were on the deck throwing up.
Yeah.
And I was like, what are you guys? What happened? Do I need to call the ambulance? And they're laughing. I'm like, that scared them out of me.
I would not. I almost got you cussing.
No, not cussing. I was going to use the word nut.
Oh, I was going to say the Bitter Yuck or the Bitter Works made you go a little bit loopy there. Anyway, it is PAWSitively Petland Show here on Oh,
it's kicking in.
It is. All right. We'll see you back here next week.
Thanks, everybody.